If you're looking to go get a new car, you need to remember that it's not just the car payment that you're going to be worrying about. And for a lot of young Americans, it can delay investing, moving out, saving cash, or doing something else with your money. One of the fastest ways as a young American you can lose your money is by buying a car that maybe you can't afford or you don't need. I'm not saying cars are bad. I'm just saying that financing a car when you're really young can kind of destroy, your financial momentum as you're getting out of college and really starting your life. I do see a lot of people that talk strictly in terms of their monthly payment for their car and not really what the total amount of the loan actually is. They'll be like, oh, it's $500 a month for what, like that's how you think in terms of monthly payments. And I don't think that's the correct way to be thinking about this. I think you should be looking at the total amount that you're borrowing. And I think people should really be looking at it like, what is this car payment stopping me from doing? And I think that's really the main problem with getting a new car. Because you're in your 20s, your money has to go to something. And it could be building, an emergency savings, investing, paying off other debt, or just working for you in, some other way than just paying off a brand new car that you decided to get. A new car payment that is expensive takes away a lot of the flexibility that you have at a younger age. In Q1 of 2026, the average new car loan was about $43,000, and depending on your interest rate, that's about a $700 payment, and the average loan for these was 70 months, which is about 6 years. And now over 1/3 of new vehicle loans as well are longer than 6 years, and this is just absolutely an insane amount of money to be buying it for a new car. You should be buying at a maybe $20 to $30,000, somewhere in there, and not necessarily going after new cars. And when you're buying these cars, it's locking you into years of payment, which is really how you have to think about it. And a lot of times the payment is only the beginning. People talk about the car payment like it's the full cost, and it is not. You still have insurance, gas, maintenance, depreciation coming into this as well. A $770 car payment a month, it's really maybe around $900 to $1,000 a month after you include everything as well. And if you come out of college making $60,000 to $80,000 a year, that's like about a fourth or more of your income, which is a significant amount to be spending on just a new car. And you might think, oh, $1,000 a month for all in for my brand new car. That still doesn't sound bad, right, for you in this situation, let's say. But now there's the hidden costs or the opportunity costs of spending that money. Putting a $770 payment into an investment account that gets 8% would give you roughly, $60,000 over the same 5 years of your car loan term. In one way, we're using that money to, build wealth, and the other way, we're just paying it. And obviously, everybody needs a car in America now, basically, unless you live in a city and you can walk to your job, or it's cheaper to Uber every day or ride the bus, whatever it is. For most of Americans, you need a car. So I'm not saying don't get a car, but I am saying choose an affordable one. And that money that you're investing or saving instead of paying for your car, you could be using that for a down payment, emergency fund. And that's the cost of having, a very large car payment that you may not need. And I think this can fall into like a status trap sort of thing. You just got a new job or you got a raise and you want the new car. And I think that's a normal feeling for some people to want to do something like that. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just think there's better, trade-offs with your money and things you can do to help yourself out rather than just make yourself feel better. And the dangerous area of this is when your car, is making you feel like it helps you look financially ahead, but it's actually putting you behind financially. And yeah, I'm not saying that you should never have a car or anything like that. If you got high income, low debt, strong savings, and you plan to keep a car for a while, then yeah, go ahead and make the purchase if you can afford it. But I swear I see 25-year-olds who don't really have much. They're renting, or maybe they live with their parents, and they just buy like a brand new car and it's $40,000 to $50,000. I just think that is absolutely ludicrous, and you should not be doing that. And yeah, some people do need reliable transportation. I'm just saying to buy a car that fits into your budget and that you can afford financially. And before buying a car, you should really ask yourself, can I afford the payment? Can I still invest and save my money as well? And still handle an emergency for the car, or maybe not for the car? And if your car payment makes all the rest of your bills seem tight, then you cannot afford the car. I don't think a 25-year-old should be trying to impress anyone at the red light. Maybe some career, if you're like a real estate agent or something like that, maybe I'll let it slide. But most young Americans need to just continue to work hard and save their money. That's really the only way you can get ahead nowadays. And I talked about this in previous videos, but obviously I'm not a financial advisor myself either. This is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.